Hello, class. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Now, this is one of the most popular quotes of all time in movie history, and I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of it by now. But these, this quote reminds us of how unpredictable life can be, and to make do what we got, just like the character Forrest Gump. So today, I'd like to give you a reason why you should watch one of the greatest feel-good movies of all time. Now, this blockbuster film of the summer won 6 Academy Awards, one for Best Picture, and the second another one for Best Actor in a Leading Role. Now, this film was not an adaptation of a novel of the same name. So, I want to give you my main points. So first, I want to talk about a brief summary of this film. Second, I want to talk about my opinion of this film, and third and finally, I want to talk about what critics thought of this film. So, let's dive into a brief synopsis of Forrest Gump. Now, the film's main focus is the life of Forrest Gump throughout the 50s and the 80s. Forrest shares his life stories at a bus stop, beginning with his time growing up in Greenville, Alabama, to his time playing football in college, to when he was in the military during the Vietnam War, and then finally his success in creating a business empire. So, no matter what challenges Forrest faced, he overcame them and was always loyal to the people who cared for him most. His unconditional love and selflessness that inspires people around him, and that inspires people around him and inspires the audience as well. Now, I want to show you a clip of the film, but I can't really show you right now because like copyright and stuff. So I'll send the clip post on the link. So Forrest and Jenny have turned to see Lieutenant Dan with new legs and his fiance. Forrest is in disbelief and tells Lieutenant Dan he has new legs. And then Dan reveals his prosthetic to the camera and to Forrest. And pretty much you can see how grateful he is of his new life. So why I chose this clip is that it highlights how Forrest's innocent nature, highlights Forrest's innocent nature and how his kindness has helped the people around him. And then it also highlights how the people helped by Forrest become inspired and are willing to live for a better tomorrow. Now that I've given you a brief overview of the film, I want to give you my opinion on this movie. So, in my opinion, this film can leave you emotional as it shows you a glimpse of a simple man persevering through the challenges of life and facing them with kindness and unselflessness. Tom Hanks' acting is one of the greatest performances he ever given, and it was recognized from the Academy Award and given Oscars and stuff. Especially in 1994, with other movies at that time were just as good as well. And I believe that he was able to capture the perfect mix of innocence and resilience that can leave a lasting impression on you, and it makes you want to be a better person as well. The way that this character narrates throughout the entire movie is very sincere, and it shows you how honest Forrest is and how straightforward he is. The way that Forrest talks is almost a childlike innocence to it. And then Tom Hanks gives you a person that you can root for and learn from. You should watch this film, as the way it blends both fiction and historical events is a very unique way and distinct storytelling for dramas, especially at that time, because they were mostly just straightforward. Now, another reason was Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, and especially Garen Sinise's acting is very empowering throughout the entire film. And another is that Forrest Gump's way of living life is very inspiring. He saves his fellow comrade Bubba and honors his legacy by creating a business in his name. He saves Lieutenant Dan's life and gives him a chance. He gives him a reason to living life, and then finally, throughout the entire film, he's always there when Jenny needs him the most, and is always there to save her. So now that you've heard my opinion on this film, I want to give you opinions from critics on this movie. Now, Richard Collins from Time Magazine, July 6, 1994, states that the film as a smart, affecting, and easygoing fable with plenty of talent on both sides of the camera. Now, I agree with this as I said before, the acting in this film is very phenomenal. The cinematography is great, and the visual effects of this film were very impressive at the time. Another critic is Derek Malcolm of The Guardian, October 6, 1994, describing the character Forrest Gump as an everyman whose kindness and sincerity is appealing to almost everyone. I agree with this. Uh, now, a review that I don't agree with is from Janet Maslin of the New York Times on July 6, 1994, saying the film as a unstructured mess, and the only thing keeping the entire story together is the stale relationship between Jenny and Forrest. Now, I agree that the romance part of this really kind of sucks, but the storytelling of this wasn't really seen this time. It was very taboo, so that's kind of why I don't agree with that. Another review that I don't agree with is from Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times on July 6, 1984 as well. He believed that the film forces its charm onto the audience, but I just heavily disagree with that because of Tom Hanks' performance. It feels very natural and is complete opposite what this guy says. So now that you got a glimpse of what critics thought of the film and why you should watch this movie, it's now time for the end of my review. So today I provided you with a brief summary of the film Forrest Gump, then I expressed my opinion of this film, and then I finally showed you or highlighted some critics' opinions of this movie. So if you just want a movie to make you feel good, then give this film a shot or just watch it again. Because The Mind of Forrest is a simple mind, but it's one where we can all relate to and can learn from as well.